Hey, how you doing? I'm Will with Archon Firearms. Today we are looking at the Archon Type B Pistol. It's a 9mm striker-fired semi-automatic polymer-framed handgun. The reason why this is the best of the handguns would be the AF speed lock technology. So unlike most of your Browning type Glock actions that has a barrel that needs to tilt up and back and down during this cycle of operation, this AF speed lock allows us to have zero barrel tilt and zero barrel turning. So if you notice here, it just moves straight back in a line there. Now, because of that, not needing that room to tilt, we're able to get the bore that much lower in your hand. We actually have the lowest bore axis of any handgun on the market today. Now, the reason you care about that as a shooter is because the lower your bore axis is, the less energy you have flipping over the top of the gun, which is what we call muzzle flip. So in a perfect world, we'd probably shoot guns like this, but since we need a slide to reciprocate, we do the next best thing, which is right there. So immediately when you pick up this gun, you're going to notice your sight acquisition is going to be quicker, and those subsequent shots absolutely will be faster. So, as if that wasn't enough, what we've really tried to do here with this gun is make it the most complete shooting experience right out of the box. And I do believe we achieved that in numerous ways. First of which, from top to bottom, would be the Glock sight pattern. So we have this cut for Glock sights. So if you happen to not like the fiber optic front and the blacked out serrated rear that it ships with, you can pretty much throw anything you want right on there, no problem. We've got the forward and the rear serrations, including on the 45 degree, so however you've been trained or running that slide, you can go ahead and do that with this gun. The trigger, we've got a short reset, flat face, straight trigger. We like this a whole bunch because it encourages more of a straight to the rear press with minimal sight picture disruption versus your more traditional trigger shoes with that convex face shoe. The trigger guard itself is oversized to accommodate big hands, big fingers, and gloves. But even better than that, hopefully you'll find that when you press on that trigger, you'll notice that there is zero drag on your finger there. So we did that to just to eliminate a variable and keep the drag down, and once again just keep everything as precise as we possibly can. The magazine release button you'll see here is oversized extended magazine release button, and it is reversible for left-handed shooters. Now, the grip texturing itself is actually very interesting. This is something we're calling grip mapping technology. You'll notice there's little squares all over the place. So in addition to this texture providing texture for you to hold onto the gun, these squares are actually oriented in different directions as to promote a high tang grip on the gun, exactly where you probably want to be when gripping. And not only puts you there, but it actually holds you there throughout the course of fire. You'll notice this little nub on the back. That's actually there by design. So you've got a tendon in your hand that when you engage it, it causes a biomechanical response of your hand shutting. Think hitting your knee and having your leg pop up. It's just something that's going to happen. Basically, everything about this grip is designed to promote that good, efficient grip and keep you there. And I like to think we did that. The magazine well itself is slightly flared and to aid in the speed reloads, and you will notice that the gun ships with four 15-round Metgar magazines in that soft weatherproof case, water-resistant case. So yeah, those are most of the features. It also comes with an accessory rail for your lights and lasers and whatever else you want to throw on there. And if you want, I can go ahead and show you the breakdown.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, no problem. So the breakdown is real easy, similar to some of the guns you've probably taken down before. You just want to go ahead and make sure you're clear there. Press that trigger, take the tension off of the captured cross pin till it clicks, and that'll separate your upper and lower there. Now, the first thing I like to point out here is we've got a full-length rail system. This is not your four tiny points of contact you see on a lot of polymer frame pistols. These are full steel rails. This is actually the firearm right here, the chassis system. This is just a plastic grip. This is a serialized firearm right here, and this does remove if you want it to. So following the theme of keeping everything as low in your hand as we can, you'll notice that this sear right here is actually moving side to side instead of up and down. Once again, just keeping everything as flat as we possibly can. So I'll go ahead and put that aside, and we'll move on to the slide here. So the slide, we've got a triple spring progressive recoil system that does a pretty darn good job of keeping everything nice and equal and manageable through the course of the recoil. Slide reciprocation, I might say. Here's your actual speed lock itself. One piece, very simple. And here's your barrel. So something I like to do here when I have the chance is I can very easily show you just how awesome this operation is here. So this is all that we've got going on here. This is it. Let's see if I can get you in here. So like I said, there is zero tilting, there is zero twisting. That barrel is just moving forward and back on those full-length steel rails. And then also what we've got going on here, when you have that round there, you'll notice that it pretty much just is a straight shot into that chamber, and so there's just not as much space and room for air. You know, it doesn't have to go up a huge ramp. You know, exactly. So we get added reliability that way. Very interesting there. So to go back together, real simple.
Can you go show me what there's no real feed ramp on the barrel there?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's it. But where the follower sits, it's really straight in there.
Awesome.
So to put it back together, super easy. Exactly the opposite of the way I took it apart there. Just go ahead and throw that barrel on in. This will only go in the correct way, which is flat side towards the muzzle. This recoil system will go in here, front to rear. And I just go ahead and give that a push to make sure it's fully seated, and the pin is out of the frame there. And this will go ahead and oh boy. Anyway, yeah, make sure that pin's all the way out or it will not go. And there we are.
Awesome.
And once again, this will be shipping late spring. We've got an MSRP of about $849, and that is the Archon Type B.
Okay. All right, thanks so much, Will.
Yeah, no problem.